In this video, we'll be looking at how to print the content of an array list using the foreach loop, which is also known as an enhanced for loop. Okay, so this is the class that we have from video 91. It's actually got 3 fields and a constructor. And those are the generated getters and setter methods that we let Eclipse generate for us. We've also got a play method, and we've also got a toString method. And so what we want to do is we want to write another class that is got a collection of objects of this class. And so the instance variables of this class is called instruments. It's a private list, and within the constructor of this class, instruments, we create an instance of an array list. And then we've also got an add method, add instrument method, which takes a parameter, an argument as an instrument, which is this class. Okay, so that's about it. So what we want to do is we want to write up a method that prints the contents of this array list. So we'll declare our method public, and it's a void, it doesn't return anything. And we'll call this something relevant to what it's actually doing, which is to print instruments. So all of the instruments, all of the objects that are sitting in this array list. So the for each loop, what we'll do is we'll use the keyword for, and here would be the data type of the object we're trying to loop. So the data type of the object that's sitting in that list. And here would be the name of the item that is sitting in the array list. And this could be any name, but I'll make this a bit also relevant. I'll call this instrument. Then you put a colon, and then would be the array list that you're trying to traverse or loop through. Okay, so then what we'll do is we want to print the contents out, print line, and we only want to print one item at a time. And so that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, this is printing the object. The object is an instrument of this class that is sitting in an array list called instruments. Okay, but here we are printing the object representation that is sitting in this class. So it is important that we have the toString method so that we print a string representation of this class. So this actually will call this line, will call the toString method that is sitting in this class. If you don't have a toString method, something else will print. Some hash value will print out, so that's not what you want. Okay, now let's give this class a test and make sure that it actually works. So I'm going to right click on the package and then go to new, and I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call this instrument driver. You can call it whatever you want, but maybe a demo, or and I also would like a main method to be sitting in that class. Over here, what first thing we'll do is we'll create an instance of the instruments class. Notice that we've actually got instrument. This will be one object that will have a name, a manufacturer, and a price. And then we have an instruments class, which is a collection, which will hold a collection of instruments. And then we have an instrument driver. So we want an instance of the instruments class. And so to do that, we will use the name of this class to create an instance of it. The name of the instance can be anything of your choice, but always make it related to what you want. So this is an instrument list is equal to new instrument. So this will call the constructor of this class. It will create an array list of instruments. The type here is instrument, which is this class. Next, what we want to do is we want to create instances of the instrument class. So now we want to create 3, or as much as you like, but I'd like to make 3 objects of this class. The first one, so instrument, would be a guitar. New instrument. And the constructor of this class takes 3 arguments: the name, the manufacturer, both as strings, and then it takes a price as a double. So the first name of our object would be a guitar, and the manufacturer, let's just say Martin, and the price would be $2,000. Let's create another one and a third. That would be a piano. Object name would be similar, lowercase. The manufacturer can be Yamaha, and the price, say piano is a bit more pricey, and I'm making up the prices, by the way, so I'm not sure if I'm being accurate in any way. And the drum would be $3,000. Okay, so we created instances of the instrument class. Now we would like to add the instruments. They are the instruments to the list. And so to do that, we'll use the name of our list. We'll call up the add instrument. Now the add instrument method will come to this class, takes an argument of type instrument. So I'm going to add a guitar first. I will copy this line, paste it 3 times. Now add the piano, and then add the drum. Now as soon as we add them, we get rid of that warning that says the object hasn't been used. Last thing we want to do is to print the instruments. And so to do that, we'll use the reference to this class, the reference that we created, which is instrument list dot print instruments. That's it. Let's give this a quick run and see how it works. And we've got our 3. And so this is a call to the toString method, and I feel like that new line is not necessary, so I'm going to get rid of it. Let's run this again. It looks a bit neater, but it's really up to you how you'd like to print this out. So the name, guitar, piano, drum, the manufacturer, and I feel like that should also be a dot, because we sort of capitalized things there. And the price, so everything is being printed out accurately. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. We could put a $sign there. Sorry, that's not a $sign. I'll put a $sign, and that would sort of give us some sort of a currency to our just a $sign, I guess. Yeah, so this is pretty much it to how we can actually use a for each loop to print the contents of our array list. So stay tuned for another video to show you a different way to print things out. So stay tuned.